Ujambo mpenzi mtazamaji, karibu kwenye station yetu tena. Hii ni Yassin Innovations. This is our YouTube channel ambayo tunakuletea mambo ya investments, financial literacy education, creativity and innovations. So today we are hosting one and the only Dr. Hassan Omar Kinyua. Today he is here to give us his whole story about his life journey and the tips on how to survive in life, because most of the time many people have found themselves hanging, and for you to get the tips of making your life more successful, you have to embrace our channel. So welcome, Mr. Hassan.
Thank you so much.
We are here to know more about you, because the other day we were in hurry, and most of the listeners are in need of knowing you better, because there are more tips that you never gave us the other day.
Yes.
So what can you tell us about yourself, your journey from when you're born until today? How has it been?
Thank you so much. Actually, my journey has been one which I can describe like one climbing a mountain, actually having cut across the forest, which has a lot of problems, because I lost my dad when I was around 3 or 4 years old, as my mother told me, and I lost my mother when I was just approaching secondary school, and when I was in around class 5, my mother was very successful in business, but someone conned her money. So when someone conned her all the money she had saved, she went almost crazy, I remember.
Wow.
And for almost 2 years, she could not even tell us anything, because she didn't know what she was doing. And I remember in class 6 and 7, I was doing very bad. And that's when the teachers knew there was a problem. That is my journey actually. When I was sat for my KCPE, I was every time between number 1 to 3. But when I sat my KCSE, I was number, I think, 8 or 9.
Wow.
But you know, people congratulated me, but they don't know I was to be number 1, 2 or 3, as I've always been from class 1, 2, 3.
Now it's the challenges that you're undergoing at home now.
Of course, people don't know. When you have challenges at home, then there are many problems which beget children, and that's why we have always to look at the welfare of the children.
That's very true.
Yes.
So you did class 8, but you never passed very well.
I didn't pass well as I expected.
Yeah.
But I thank God I was called to go and join Chicago Boys Secondary School.
Wow.
Which I could not join because of school fees. So first time I stayed at home, second time I stayed at home. And because those times they could not sell your position, because it's a position have been given by the government.
Yeah.
If you miss to report in the last week of third term, that's when you could lose your position. So I was taken to school in the last week of Form 1.
Wow.
So I sat for my exams, and I remember I was number 75 out of 100.
Wow.
But I thank God, because now I entered Form 1 now third term, and I stayed for only 2 weeks there.
That is Form 1.
Yes, Form 1.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
You defeated 25 more people.
Yes.
That joined school almost a year before you.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes, and then Form 2, I only attended 2 weeks. But after 2 weeks, that's when that was my last day to see secondary school.
So it means that you studied in high school. You studied high school for 1 month.
Yes, only 1 month.
Very unfortunate.
And then I stayed out for 10 years because I went and started to become a Muslim priest.
Yeah.
And that's what I studied.
Okay.
After 10 years, I decided, let me go and try my luck.
Okay.
So I started going to schools.
10 years after dropping out in Form 2.
Yes.
Having studied in a high school for 4 weeks.
Yes, 1 month. Let's say it called 1 month.
Wow.
I went to many schools. The schools didn't allow me in because that was the time terrorism was peaking in Kenya.
Okay.
And having a religious education background, schools were not lying to me.
Yeah.
They were telling us we cannot allow a Muslim to come and sit with our children. You might make our children become terrorists. They could tell me, even Muslim schools.
Government schools.
Government and even
And
Muslim
Muslim
schools. And that's why I couldn't get any place. So I was so disappointed. I went back to the mosque where I was teaching, and I prayed to God that God give me guidance and guidelines. And I thank God someone came and told me, why don't you go to your Young Men Christian Association, YMCA? They have Ngumbaro. So I asked myself, I wanted to start from 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
So you want me to go to Ngumbaro? I went there. When the principal saw me, he told me, you look bright.
Yeah.
In the interview you have given you, you look bright. Why don't you try Form 4?
Just from from the Islamic studies to Form 4.
Yes. And you know, as he told me that KCSE deadline was only 2 weeks to go.
2 weeks to go before KCSE
registration. So he told me you have only 2 weeks to decide. Because if 2 weeks pass, you cannot register for KCSE.
You come back to Form 3.
Yes.
Very unfortunate.
So I decided, what do I do? I decided to pay for KCSE.
With immediate effect.
Immediate effect.
And it so did.
Yes.
Wow.
I came and now sat for KCSE. I passed to go to university. I passed to go to university.
You studied for less than half a year now.
Of course, not half a year. Because after that, I went back to work. So I came in the last 3 months only.
How did you do the literature? Because I know we have so many books about the set books, that is literature, which of course I know it's very hard to get tuition of, because catching up with the literature is a little bit hard. Plus you have these other sciences and mathematics. How did you catch up?
My brother Yassin, I have a culture of reading. Currently, as we speak with you, I have read 5,032 books.
5,032 books?
Yes, which I have in my store.
Not for examination purposes?
No.
5,032 books?
Yes, and I'm still reading. And every book I read, I always write the date I finished reading that book. Awesome. So what I did, as soon as I applied, registered for KCSE, I bought the literature books and Fasihi. I was reading them like Bible, because I have already memorized Quran.
Yeah.
So it was not difficult for me to memorize these books.
It's very easy.
I did Kilio Chahaki, A Man of the People, Aminata, and these books, I could tell you stories as if I was there.
Even to date, you have them here.
Even today I have them here. So come KCSE, I was just laughing with the paper.
It's like you have the marking scheme
already. I had the marking scheme.
Wow.
Because Swahili, they used to call me Swalem Doe.
Masha.
I was good in Swahili. Nikizungumza Kiswahili, ndugu yangu, utaona nikana kwamba ni mvua
ya mkaragazo
ya mkaragazo.
Ehe,
ndio Kiswahili changu bwana. Hata hivi nazungumza na wewe, naandika kitabu cha Swahili karibuni chaitwa Kiswahili hatua kwa hatua. Kitakuja karibuni.
Wow, majaliwa. And hopefully we are going to make a collaboration on writing a certain book.
We have to.
Because I see it's like we have some tips that we have to share to public there.
We have to, my brother.
We have something in common, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, so you've done KCSE and you've passed.
KCSE, yes.
KCSE and you've passed. So you are now waiting for the Joint Admission Board to join a university.
Yes.
Which university?
Now the problem is no one believed in me.
That you've
Everyone,
done
I told them that I am registered to go to university. People are saying you are lying. No one could believe. No one, even you couldn't believe.
Very unfortunate.
My relatives said that I was using Majini.
Because, you've done just 3 weeks.
Yes.
I mean, 3 months.
Because I had cousins whose parents are very rich, and none of them got grades to go to university.
So they are perplexed. How did you make it?
How? But Yassin, let me tell you the truth. Even me, I didn't believe.
It's a miracle.
No, even me. I just believed that was miracle.
God is not from your village.
And that time you could not copy.
Yeah.
People could say maybe you copied. You can't. That time you couldn't copy.
So
and because we were in Angumbaro, after every 5 people, there was a policeman standing between us. Because they believe that these are Ngumbaro people, they can steal.
True.
Every 5 people, there was a police between us. You couldn't copy.
It's very
But I'm proud of my grades.
Wow.
I joined the University of Nairobi.
Wow. From Islamic studies.
Yes.
4 weeks of studies. That is 1 month of studies in high school. You join University of Nairobi.
The University of Nairobi.
So someone who is listening to this video, watching this video, he has been in school or she has been in school for 4 years and has not made it.
That must be a stupid person. If not stupid, they must rethink. And the problem is people go to school, they don't know why they are in school. If you become determined, you focus, you must pass.
That's very true.
You must pass.
If you focus, determined, you must pass.
Brother Yassin, I don't work without a book. I don't work without a pen. For more than 30 years. I've never missed a pen. I've never missed
a book.
Even in my toilet. That's where I read I read storybooks and newspapers.
Relaxing.
Relaxing. That's life.
I get you.
Yes.
As long as the toilet is clean.
Yes, you read newspaper there.
That's why you read the newspapers and novels.
Yes.
Just to motivate
Then
you.
your life should be learning. Nothing else.
I get you.
Because I want to be a leader. And you stop reading, you stop leading.
True. True. You stop reading, you stop leading.
Yes.
So you've joined University of Nairobi. Which career?
I liked politics so much. Even now I like politics because politicians are my friends.
And very soon
even
I think...
even our president Uhuru Kenyatta is a good friend. Right Honorable Raila Odinga is a good friend. I like politicians. I like politics. Wow. So I wanted to do political. I went and took political science and sociology.
Wow.
But in between, I met Professor Abdul Ghafur al-Busaidi, and that's why it's very important to have a mentor. He asked me, what are you doing here? I said, I'm studying political science and sociology. He told me why. I told him I like politics and other things. He told me, but listen, my son. He called me my son.
Yeah.
There are many people who have taken sociology who are jobless. There are many people who have taken sociology, they are jobless and political science. Why don't you go for Arabic and religious studies?
Wow.
That's what I did.
A very nice tick.
Yes. I finished in the year, I began Form 4 in 2007. In 2004. In 2007, I thank God I graduated with first class honors.
From the University of Nairobi?
From the University of Nairobi.
First class honors?
Yes.
And once you get the first class honors, you are guaranteed for the masters?
Of course.
Free of charge?
But unfortunately, corruption.
Kenya.
I was not given the scholarship.
Very unfortunate.
It was given to someone who had a second class upper because of corruption.
So you lose the first class honors?
I lost it.
In the name of the second upper?
I lost it. So I decided to go and started contributing, and I was living in Mathare. So I was washing cars, selling things in the market to pay my masters.
It's very unfortunate.
But I thank Pembe Flour Mills.
Pembe Flour Mills?
Yes. And in fact, Sheikh Salim Abubakar Bajabir, he's the one who saw me struggle. He could see me with a kanzu, driving his Prado, and you know I'm his sheikh. Sometimes he could see me carry gunia la mboga.
In Mathare?
Yes.
Mathare.
He called me, told me, what are you doing? I told him, Mimi Niko University. He said, I'll pay for your school fees. I don't want our sheikh to be seen carrying gunia la maka ama gunia la viazi.
Sheikh Salim is a very nice guy.
Yes, he's the one who paid for me.
I remember you also paid for my madrasa.
Yes.
Sheikh Salim paid for you for masters now.
Yes. So when I thank God, when I was now doing masters, I was invited at Tangaza University to go and attend our conference.
Which is that?
That was the year around I think 2007. 2007. When I was now in my fourth year. The one who was to come and give a speech on Islamic perspective, on interfaith perspective, he didn't come.
So it's you now.
They say now, who amongst you are 30 Muslims? And this workshop has 120 people. How can it go without a Muslim speaking? And it was an interfaith workshop.
So you have to get
they needed someone to come and speak now.
Bright students.
Now, there are people with masters, PhDs, they are Muslims. Wakaogopa.
Backbenchers.
Wakasema, if you told us in advance, we could plan. I said, let me try.
Like Obama. A speech without...
I took the mic.
Impromptu.
So I said who I am. I came with 2 verses of Quran on interfaith, 1 hadith, general perspective. By the time I'm finishing, everyone was upstanding, clapping.
Mashallah.
Wazungu saw me. So one Mzungu told me, come, we have job for you. We want you to start teaching Arabic here.
Tangaza University.
Tangaza University. So I started teaching at the university without even finishing a degree.
Wow. God is not from your village.
And they were calling me Professor.
Professor Hassan.
Yes. You know, Tangaza has students from all over the world.
It is a international university. Yeah.
Students from all over Spain, Rome, America. So I could feel so humble being called professor that time without even a degree. Wow. So I did so much I could. Got my degree in that year, 2007.
Yeah.
Started my masters. When I started my masters, I was called to go now and teach at St. Paul University and also
Tangaza as well.
Adventist University and Tangaza and Mount Kenya University.
4 universities.
4 universities
Mount
now.
Kenya.
Yes.
I remember the time that I knew you were in Mount Kenya. I remember I
Yes.
knew in Mount Kenya, yeah.
That's how I entered those universities.
Wow. 4 universities now.
4 universities.
You're doing masters, you're in 4 universities.
So now I didn't
4
have
periods.
problem of school fees anymore.
Wow.
I even remember I bought a very small car, so I could go to university with a very small car, but I'm happy I have a car.
A student, lecturer.
Yes, I had a car, Suzuki Alto.
Wow.
KUN 436, I remember it.
Wow.
My first car, I bought it cash, 70,000 with commissions.
Wow.
Yes.
Now you are in Mount Kenya, Tangaza, University of Nairobi,
And Adventist.
and Adventist. Now you're doing the masters now.
Yes.
So you've completed masters. You have 4 payrolls being a lecturer.
Yes.
That is Islamic studies and
Arabic language.
Wow. Now it came to the time now you are coming to the PhD. Yeah. How did it start? Because I know the journey did not end there.
I said I cannot stay without being a doctor because people call me doctor.
Wow.
And you know we have many fake doctors.
True.
Many, very many, even among Muslims.
True.
There are people, they call themselves Sheikh Doctor and they don't have even a master's degree.
That's very true.
We don't want to expose them, but you know them.
There is no need.
I said I don't want to be called a doctor if you don't have a paper. So I began my PhD.
Have papers first.
PhD,
Wow.
University of Nairobi.
Wow.
2 years, chini,
Done.
PhD.
Wow.
But some people there are corruption also. They said, you jamaa anakuja mbio sana. Let us humble him. I was humbled.
By?
They dropped it. So I had to return and do 1 year.
3 years in.
3 years, but I finished PhD in 3 years.
Of course, that's the normal system.
I became a doctor. Kijana mdogo sana daktari. Daktari wa ukweli, si urongo.
Wow. Now, the terminology professor is no longer terminology to you.
To me, it's not because,
Yeah.
as per American standards, I'm a professor.
True.
Because I have taught for now 10 years, university level.
10 years.
Yes. I have in my record 31 books, which I have written myself.
That one titles.
Yes.
Professor Ngugi wa Thiong'o, before you go on, Professor Ngugi wa Thiong'o has 42 titles. He is a professor. Aging now, he is over 80.
Yes.
But now yourself, it's like, should we say his son or his grandson, You have that one titles.
Yes.
What an inspirational story is this.
God willing, I want by the time I die, I should be having at least 100 plus titles. God willing.
100 plus titles.
Yani when I am 50, let me say 50.
50.
Not when I die. God willing, by the time I'm 50 years old, I should be having 100 titles.
My dream was to be the same, but I never thought that I could write even 31 books by the age that Dr. Hassan has. Because myself now, I have 3 titles. He has that one. Do you think I can make it?
You'll make it. My brother, with determination,
you can make it.
Anything is possible.
So someone outside there also, anything is possible. So what about these books? Are these books can be accessible to any kind of platform, or what kind of the books are they?
These books are published by Chance Publishers. I have books for Arabic language. I'm a master and guru of Arabic language in this country.
I get you.
I think when you talk of Arabic language in the entire country, you cannot mention Arabic without me.
Without Dr. Hassan.
If you go to Google, you write Arabic in Kenya, you'll see me.
Definitely.
You write Dr. Hassan Kinyua, you see me.
Wow.
So now
Google knows who you are.
Google knows who I am. Wikipedia knows who I am.
Wow.
My books are global. But if you want them, just Google www.chancepublishers.com. But you can also get them at Amazon.
On Amazon.com.
Amazon. We have many. We have my Arabic letters book. We have simplified Arabic language.
Wow.
We have Arabic for all. We have now those are Arabic.
Yeah.
We have also Islam in Kenya. We have Islam in Africa. We have Islamic law. We have many books. Let me not mention all of them,
There's
because
so many.
let our viewers go and search for them.
And definitely you are going to, because anybody who is maybe willing to study Islamic and religious studies, Islamic religious studies and Arabic, definitely this is the right teacher.
And you cannot learn Arabic in Kenya or Islamic studies without reading my books.
Definitely.
If you have not read any of my books, you cannot say that you are a graduate of Arabic language or IRE in this country.
So it means that IRE you've written many books.
Many books.
Arabic you've written many books.
I have written books from PP1 to masters.
So you
for both IRE and Arabic language.
So you are beyond Wala bin Wala.
I
Because
thank God.
Wala bin Wala is has based in Kiswahili on primary level. So in your case, it's from PP1 to university to masters.
And
That
now I've entered Wala bin Wala's area, Kiswahili.
So you are doing Kiswahili.
Now soon I will write books from PP1 to university, Kiswahili also.
So Wala bin Wala's job is taken. Wow.
No, I've not taken his job. Don't say that. We are complimenting each other.
You know,
And good thing is that my books are not only for Kenya.
Yeah.
You know, especially Arabic and IRE. My books are studied in Al-Azhar University in Egypt, Medina University, Saudi Arabia, International University of Africa, Sudan. I've gone myself to see those books taught in those universities.
So
I've gone to 20 universities in the world. My books are taught in those universities.
So inspirational.
Yes.
So inspirational. Why did you say that it's not the right time for you to make what you wanted to make? Now you've written all these books and you've done the PhD, that is the Doctorate of Philosophy. And now, so you've qualified to be a professor according to the American standards.
Yes. They even call me professor when I go to America, when I go to UK.
Wow.
Even Tangazo University, they call me professor.
Wow, wow. So what is your next plan about writing? What do you see yourself in the next career, in the career of writing?
God willing, I want to be the leading Muslim writer in the world. And also Arabic, I want to be the leading Arabic writer in the world.
Wow. How do you see, or where do you see yourself in the next 10 years?
I think in the next 10 years, I will be maybe the president of Kenya. And God willing, I think, if not president, at least a cabinet secretary in any of the ministries, because I am qualified. And you know, good thing is also I've done law. I finished law.
Wow.
Now I'm in Kenya School of Law. So God willing, I have 4 degrees. I'll be having the diploma ATP, and I'm also doing my PhD in law.
So you have 4 degrees.
I have 4 degrees, and
You
I'm
have
doing PhD in law.
You have the bachelor's. You have the master's.
I have 2 degrees. I have Bachelor of Arts, Arabic and Religious Studies, Master of Arts, Religious Studies, PhD, Religion and Leadership, Bachelor's of Law, and I've also done postgraduate diploma in Islamic Banking and Finance, and I'm now taking PhD in law.
Wow. Listener outside there, what's your plan about your future? You must plan. Dr. Hassan Omar Kinyua is one of the youngest doctors in the Republic of Kenya. We cannot say even his achievements are more than from his age mates. So what you can say is one of the finest doctors in the world. So don't forget to subscribe, or there is something else you wanted to add? Yeah.
What I want to add is telling people that never give up in life. God has purpose for every one of us, and always look for good mentor. I have mentored more than 100 people who are now doctors in universities. I have mentored many people. During Corona, there are many people who have saved their lives, more than 100 people who want to commit suicide, and I've shown them that life has meaning. So please don't despair, get a mentor, and always seek people who can assist you, and I'm always available to assist anyone. I think Brother Yassin, you can allow me to give my number, or you can give it. My number is +254 722 375611 or +254 789 375611. But if you want anything about me, just go to Google and write Dr. Hassan Kinyua Omar.
Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for sharing. Keep sharing to family and friends also to get whatever that you are getting from Yassin Innovations. Keep subscribing, keep watching, share for the sake of making making more views in our channel. We want us to be recommended to as many people as possible on YouTube. So keep liking the video every time that you watch, and share. Thank you very much. Until next time, goodbye.